Halton, the school board, the school itself, the principal, everyone who's in power here has a duty of care. And to allow someone's name to be defamed like that is completely awful. And I feel sorry for Mr. Hanna.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Oakville, Ontario, and we're back at the Oakville Trafalgar High School. And I'm with JD Meaney. You might recognize the name. He ran as the People's Party of Canada candidate in Oakville in the 2019 and 2021 elections. He's currently running for regional councillor in Oakville, and we'll see how that turns out come October 24th. And JD, you told me off camera you're alumnus of this high school. First of all, there are news items going around the world about what's going on here. It seems that Oakville Trafalgar is an international laughingstock. What do you make of this situation with Mr. Lemieux wearing these gigantic prosthetic breasts, violating the dress code that students have to adhere by, violating shop etiquette safety rules? And yet the school board, even law enforcement, there's 2 police cruisers, they're watching that we don't step on their grass. They're obsessed with protecting this man's feelings. What do you make of it?
First of all, David, thank you for that kind introduction. So yes, everyone, I am running for regional council in Ward 1. If you want to check out my campaign, it's jdmeaney.com. You can help me by volunteering or donating. Yes, I am an alumni of this school, and back then, around 2006, I used to be a bit of a punk rocker myself, and if I wore a bracelet with spikes on it, then I would get sent to the principal's office, which I thought was totally crazy back then. And even some of the girls I knew as well, if they had a bra strap or a tank top that was a little too thin, they would get sent to the office for that. So it seems that the dress code was only applying to the students then as well, but obviously things have escalated quite a bit since then, that wearing massive prosthetic breasts like this is actually a question now of decency, and maybe even a question of grooming, which I think is extremely inappropriate. And as regional councillor, I will definitely fight to make sure that this kind of stuff is not happening in our schools.
You know, and JD, I would imagine if you are somebody who's transitioning, whether it's male to female or vice versa, you're probably going about it in a subtle fashion. You want to blend in. Clearly, this is not the case here. This is almost like a grotesque parody of the female figure. It raises questions. Is this a prank on Mr. Lemieux's behalf? Is he trying to get fired so he can file a wrongful dismissal suit? Is he perhaps mentally ill? But even asking those questions, the usual suspects scream, "You're being transphobic." What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think that this is definitely, dare I say, Justin Trudeau's Canada, that he wants these sorts of conversations to become taboo now, where we seem inappropriate for asking, is this, again, a question of decency, that it seems inappropriate. I don't think that anyone who would be transitioning or any biological female would actually find this to be normal. Most of the women I've talked to would say if I were born and I ended up like that, I would actually get a reduction. So it seems, yeah, he's maybe making a mockery or it's some kind of prank or something, but I'm not sure. It seems wrong, though, altogether.
Well, we have reached out for him. He's not returned any of our emails. The receptionist here won't take voice messages for him. So who knows what's going on inside somebody's head. But, you know, there's another angle to this, JD, and that's for the fact that for at least 5 days, this was in the news cycle. There was a staff member who was incorrectly named as the current Mr. and Ms. Lemieux, however you want to describe this person. The school board knew about this. We reached out to trustees. We reached out to the school. They did not correct the record until last night. So I'm wondering, is this laziness? Is this incompetence? Is this maliciousness, i.e. they wanted the media to get it wrong so that people could discredit them? Why didn't the people working at the Halton District School Board and this school say, no, you've got the fact wrong. Mr. Lemieux is not this other teacher?
I completely agree with you on that, David. I think that Halton, the school board, the school itself, the principal, everyone who's in power here has a duty of care. And to allow someone's name to be defamed like that is completely awful. And I feel sorry for Mr. Hanna that has happened to him. And I hope he's asking questions too. Do these guys really have my back? What's going on here? And you know, this whole story is blown up worldwide. Oakville is now a laughing stock, and Oakville Trafalgar is a laughing stock. And when I went to the school, that's not what we were known for. We had a great rugby team. We were an awesome high school, and it's really terrible to hear that this has happened, honestly.
Hey folks, are you tired of the nonsense happening at Oakville Trafalgar High School? Then please go to nofetishteachers.com. That's nofetishteachers.com. Sign our petition, and hey, we've even provided email links to trustees. Give them a piece of your mind.